Hey, ladies and gentlemen, today is January 10th, my second daily blog video coming at you right now. And I just wanted to cover a few things with you today. So far, let's just go take a look at my earnings. From yesterday, we're about up 600, even though the portfolio doesn't state so. I did have somewhere in between here and some kind of a little bit of down, but it's not popping up properly. I don't know why. But yeah, so we are pretty much even. We lost a little bit. A lot of people have been seeing a lot of red, and that brings me up to this Reddit post that I saw. When all you see is red, and Vin is like, "I got you." Yeah, that's exactly what I saw yesterday, and I'm like, "Yeah, Vin's the only one." Unfortunately for me, I don't have that many shares, right? I really don't have much shares. And actually, that's incorrect. I think I have at least 70, but you know, it's okay. I'm not here to judge. A little bit more than 50 shares, but that's okay. All right, so moving on. I don't want to really talk about too much about my coins here. I'm gonna just say I love them all. And I right now I am struggling to find something to sell. And to be honest, I should be selling some Chainlink. I mean, I made some great profit off of it. Um, you know, that's a pretty decent profit off a very recent purchase. I made this purchase on June 2nd, I believe, and it did pretty well. So uh, I should be selling this. Ripple, you know, it's I want to see it back to 250. That's probably when I'll sell, maybe three. I don't think it's going to hit that point again. Icon is something I really want to get into, and I'll explain why. And Railblocks is just ripping a new one. What can I say? I mean, look at that profit I got off that. I mean, I'm holding Railblocks for a reason. It's my biggest profit yet. I sold 14 for Oyster, which isn't doing me so well. Should have kept it in Railblocks, to be honest. You know, no, Oyster has not given me much at all. But regardless, I like Oyster. I want to keep it. And yeah, let's move on. What I really want to talk about right now is Binance. Okay, and where the BTC might be heading. And first thing I wanted to show is TradingView.com, and there's this guy. Um, he makes a pretty good case. So he's saying, hey, head and shoulders pattern. I'm not exactly sure, but he's saying that resistant levels here, stop loss is set there. Some other guy saying, hey, resistant major support is going to be here, this 14,000 mark, and it wasn't. Major support line again at the 13,000 mark, and it's going up from here. So you can see. So it broke it, but it might come back down. We don't know exactly what's going to happen here. So that's where that's at. Let's take a look at some other graphs. Um, yeah, it made some. Let's take a look at this one. You know, you could just look at other people's graphs and you can see there's a huge sell here. So where's BTC headed? You know, and you could review all this, and right now there's speculations for it going up, and there's also speculations of it going down. And majority of the ones I saw was stating that it will go down before it could go back up. So it needs to hit this line here. You see this line? Yeah, so they're predicting January 16, 2018 to hit this line. Okay, dropping it down to 12,000 before it makes a new all-time high. And history tends to repeat itself, so that's what they're saying. Wow, these are some angles. Jesus, look at these angles, man. Whew. So the angle is the growth graph, right? Oh man, that's pretty good. This guy, I love his graphs. That's pretty neat. So, anyways, let's take a look at some other things we got going on. So BTC, we really don't know what's happening with BTC. One thing that's for certain, there's a significant influx of people that came into the markets. The market is unpredictable. I mean, when you put in like 300 or 400 extra billion dollars into the market, like, I guess you could predict it. I don't know. I personally don't know. Okay, but that leads on to my next story, and this is something I do know. All right, so let's talk about this guy right here, Binance. So before we move on with Binance, Binance just recently had this slogan here, and Binance was just talking about how they received 5 million users. I mean, that's a lot of users, and congratulations to Binance. I mean, they're making, oh Jesus Christ. So let's just say every person has $100 in there. I mean, it's probably more like $1,000 or even 10,000. I mean, you get the idea. There's a lot more money on Binance, right? Do some multiplications associated with that number, and then they want to collect 0.25%, not 1%, remember 0.25% out of the trades that they do. Jesus Christ. I mean, this company is printing out money. Okay, so that's Binance. And they're not done there. Okay, this company is huge. They're not done. So let's talk about Binance Coin. Okay, and why I feel like Binance is a pretty solid buy at this time. Anyways, it might change. They might change how they do their formula. They already make enough money here. They don't need to double up on their currency, but they might. They might even get richer. I mean, people are greedy. You know, like $1 million is not enough, 10 million is not enough, 300 million is not enough, whatever the case might be. Everything's not enough. So let's take a look. I wanted to go over this graph real quick on December 4th, and then I want to just show you how much BTC is increasing. So if you look at BTC, it's about 18,000. Okay, and let me look at where on the 18th-ish is at a peak. So about $6, it broke $6 roughly on December 17th. So let's go to 17th. All right. So if you look, it's about the same. Okay. So if you look at December 17th here, it broke peak there. Binance is following a BTC curve. But guess what happens when BTC go down? It dropped a lot. Like, holy crap. It dropped a lot, right? It dropped from what? 20,000 to almost 13,000. Yeah, it was a huge rally. So it dropped to 13,000. But Binance just remained in BTC levels. Okay, and then so let's see, where's this other hump? It's about from the 24th to the 28th, 24th to the 28th. Okay, all right, so this is a little bit freaky. Okay, you see that gain here? Binance gains that. On the dips, however, on BTC dips, Binance remains. What's going on? What's going on? Market manipulation? Yeah, maybe. I mean, let's say they own 90% of that market. They have some huge buy walls down here. I mean, they don't care. Like they don't, they own that market. Like they could lose a little bit, and they don't care. They could buy that back instantly, right? Like they don't care. I think if anything, they're keep making sure their currency remains at a high level, because some of it might be just garbage. I mean, you can't really transfer that out. Maybe they're, I don't know how they're playing this out, but there's millions of coins in Binance, right? Like there's plenty of coins. There's let's see here, circulating supply, total supply. Yeah, so they could print out more money. I don't know how they're doing it. Okay, I just feel like they could print out more money. That's I don't know. Maybe it's mineable. Yeah, it's probably, I don't know, but they could print out more money. So yeah, Binance remains at a high level. So anytime it dips, Binance stays. So this is what I'm planning on. So let's go back to the BTC. If any of these graphs, and eventually the graph is going to show BTC going up, during the BTC go up time, I want to double up on Binance. Like, I really want to make my money on Binance, and I'm not going to sell all my positions, right? I'm not going to be stupid about it. I really wish I had more money to begin with. So I have, like, a couple thousand here, a couple of thousand there, but I'm going to move a little bit at a time into Binance when I see BTC go up. I'm going to gamble pretty hard on this next BTC upswing. Okay, if this is accurate and they're saying like, hey, there's a possibility that we're gonna go up this way. When I hit play though, it's not. I don't know if it's predictable, but it might go back up this way. Who knows? Because it did hit a dip, right? It did hit a dip right here. So who knows? If it goes up to 18,000 right now, and I wish I had enough Binance coins, because if it goes back to 18,000, I could see Binance increasing by double. It did just a second ago. It did doubled on this, like this, I don't know, just a small little bit. It doubled. So Just wanted to give a shout out to Binance and why I invested in Binance, and I want to put more money into Binance. And another thing I wanted to just quickly review over, if I go to Binance.com real quick, all right, I go to Binance, you know, there's a lot of BNB markets. So this creates value, okay? This is what it ultimately creates value. That with BNB, I could do something with it. I could buy other currencies, and that's what creates value. And if other exchanges start picking up Binance coins, oh, that'll be crazy. But yeah, I mean, that's where that's showing up right now. So that's the end of my video. Hopefully, you guys learned a little bit from it. If feel free to like the video, subscribe to me, and let me know how I'm doing so I can improve. And on the next video, I'll talk about a little bit more about why I am invested in my current cryptocurrencies and what I expect to grow. Thanks. Oh.